So, nice man-trailing session in an urban industrial estate. And here Kaiser takes the scent from a stone. The trail layer had handled the stone and then placed that on the floor. It's very cold today. It's probably about 1 degree. So very, very cold. Kaiser was a bit ramped up for the first trail, this trail. So he's gone off trail a little bit, but I'm just letting him work and work out. So he's given me some negative indications there that it's not that way. So he heads back on trail. I wasn't quick enough to catch him there peeing. But yeah, he was particularly ramped up at today's session, as you can see, wanting to bite the lead and what have you. So he gets back on trail, having a little look around, little sniff around. So interestingly, he comes back here, he gives a little head turn. So that's the direction he should be going. But he goes this way just to check out. And again, he gets so far and then realises that it's the wrong way and heads off in the right direction. So he is a little bit off trail here, and we're not sure whether this was because of the temperature or because he was just a bit amped up. And again, he's well off trail here. It should be to the left of the video. So we let him go down. And he travels quite far down, so he's quite off the trail at the moment. But he soon again gives me that negative indication that he's not on the trail at all, and so he heads back down. There were a lot of people around, more than normal really, a lot of cars, a lot of people, a lot of distractions, which may have played a part in him going off trail really. So he's back on trail now. And this is where I believe the trail layer walked down this way. I'm trying to keep the lead shortish because there are, as you can see, lots of cars, lots of traffic, and I'm trying to read the signs from Kaiser. So he's back on trail now. He's having a good sniff there. But again, you can see lots of people, lots of distractions, lots of cars. I've never seen him this sort of amped up in a session before, and he had a good little walk beforehand. So we kind of pull him in, let some of the traffic go past, trying to let him settle down a little bit really. So he's interested in the people across the way there, whether they're the person, but I'm holding him close. So you can see him bouncing around, really sort of excited. And ordinarily he's, straight on the trail. He's not sure whether that person's the trail layer. Soon realises it's not. So he's starting to get back on trail now. So the road to the left there is where he should be going. Now he gives me that head turn and that indication that it is that way, but just carries on. Again, he's checking it out, So he's now heading in the right direction. But interestingly, he goes off trail here as well. But there are some signs there, a head turn and a look in the direction. And that direction there, that head turn, is where the person is hid. But he carries on along the side of the building here. So again, he's well off trail. But then he comes back down and he gives a nice look and a nice indication that that's where the person is, and that's where she was. But he continues down this route here, drags me along behind the back of the industrial estate, and as I say, he's well off trail. But it's a blind trail, so I don't know where the person is. So I'm just letting him do his work, and letting him sort of work out where the trail is. So he's having a good sniff. You can't really see there, but he's having a good sniff around the back of this industrial estate, and then he soon realises that he's off trail and can't pick up the scent. So he comes back and back to where he last picked up the scent of the person. So again, he's not too sure. He's heading in the general direction. And he looks over to where the person is, but again, for some reason, he's just struggling this morning. He kind of knows, but again, he's struggling to find that scent. He's given me a few indications as to where the person is with his head flicks.
Stand still, Neil.
And again, he's going back off trail. So I'm just letting him work.
Stand still.
Let him work it out. There, good indication there. His head lifts up. He picks up the scent.
Yeah. You're very near.
And he's just trying to now work it out where she is.
I can't believe he hasn't found her.
And he's heading in the right direction, and he now picks up, and there it is. He gives a nice sit indication,
Okay.
3 or 4 seconds, and then gets his reward. So this is just a little short run on from the last trail, so he doesn't have an article to sniff. He goes off at 100 miles an hour, as he normally does. Trying to slow that down a little bit. I think it's the energy that I give him. So we're trying to sort of, with the trail command, to say it softly, quietly. So yeah, he's on trail. He rounds the corner. He does a really nice sit indication, holds it for about 3 seconds, and then he gets his reward. So another long trail. He takes the sniff there, but I'm not too sure whether he's taken it or not. So I point at it again and get him to sniff at it, but he's already taken it. If you look back at the video there briefly, you can see he's taken the scent, and so off he goes. I tell him to trail, and off he goes. So this is a trail whereby which the trail layer is hiding in a car. So when we get to the car, Kaiser does reasonably well. He's never done this before, so this is a first for him, where the trail layer is sat in the car, and the car doors open, and then later on we get it progressively harder, so the car door is shut. But given that he's not done this before, the car door is ajar, so at least the sort of scents coming out into the open. So no problems here at all. He's sort of following the trail nicely. He's not dragging me along. He's doing really well. When we get to the car, Frankie, one of the other people on the session, she moves away to the side of her blue van, and Kaiser does go up to her. I should have pulled the lead in a little bit tighter, because he does try his luck in terms of an indication. He sort of lies down. He doesn't normally lie down. He'll sit for someone. So he can smell. You can see he's picking up the scent there, but he's not quite sure. So then this is where, as I say, he's having a sniff around for it. He can smell it, but he's not sure. Now here I should have probably pulled back a little bit further. And there he has a little lie down. Soon realises it's not the person. And then he's now trying to pick up the scent. So he can smell, but he's not quite sure where it is. There he's picking it up. He soon picks it up and then gives an indication. Although Sally does release the treat quickly and he doesn't give a sit indication. But nevertheless, that's a good one. So this is just, again, another little short run on. And the person is hiding in a car again. And it's the white car there in the distance. So you can see Kaiser's pulling me along. And he's picking up the scent. He's not quite sure where it is. He knows it's there. You can see him sort of sniffing around the top of the car, sniffing around, and then nice sit indication. Couple of seconds, and there we go. Gets his reward.